Alright, part 3. We're gonna continue on from this page here. Here we can see more grizzly bears, I guess. Canada is filled with grizzly bears out in the countryside. You see a lot of grizzly bears, so you have to watch it. You may have to take a gun to protect yourself against grizzly bears and alligators. And yeah, because those guys here, they're pretty dangerous. They can eat up people. They practically can eat up anything. All right, more grizzly bears. This is here on the opposite page here, which is here. A mother grizzly and her second-year cub. This is usually the last year the cub will have the advantage of living with its mother. So the little cub, they live 2 years with their mother. I think it's 2 years. After the 2 years are gone, are over, I should say, the little one will have to move on and feed on his or her own without the mother. The mother tells his kid, you're on your own now. You have to look out for yourself. You have to go look out for yourself, feed yourself. Yeah, look out for yourself, I guess. Below, we have healthy grizzly. Those often manage to rear 2 cubs. Or to rear. Rear? I think it's rare. Healthy grizzly, those often manage to rear 2 cubs, occasionally 3. Okay, sometimes 2 and sometimes 3 there. And on the following pages we have the large grizzly boar is lord of the rainforest. I didn't know that you could find a grizzly boar in a rainforest right there. Look at that. That is huge. A grizzly boar in the rainforest in Canada. That's crazy. Wow. Look at that guy. He looks rather. Opposite page we have a portrait of a black bear. Okay, that is a black bear. That's not a boar. That's a bear, a black bear. Black bears and spirit bears. Down here. Above, what do we have there? We have, apart from their size, you can tell the grizzly tracks by the long claw marks set well apart from the toes. Those are grizzly tracks right there. You can tell them apart. Apart from their size, you can tell grizzly tracks by long claws. The long claws here marks set well apart from the toe. That's the toe here. That is the toe, and those are the claws right here. That is probably their feet on the back, and that must be their front legs. The front feet and the back feet probably right there. Or maybe there are two different bears. I don't know. All right. And below we have 2 black bears skirmish at the edge of a clearing. Yeah, they're skirmishing. What they're doing. All right. That one looks pretty cute, and so does that. We have what is the opposite page? Those are the Kermode bear. It's a normal black bear except for its white coat. Okay, those are called Kermode bears. Kermode. Kermode. Kermode bears. Usually they have black fur, but these guys here, they have white fur. Here we have If this bear had black eyes, the nose and nose. If this bear had black eyes and nose, it would be a Kermode, but its pinkish orange nose and pale pinkish blue eyes identify it as an albino black bear. Okay, I didn't recognize that. This one has a brown nose, and this one here has a pink nose and pale blue eyes. I don't know if this one has pale blue eyes or not, but this one has pale blue eyes. So this one is an albino because of the pale blue eyes and the pinkish nose. I only saw that now. This one has a brown nose, so that one is a Kermode, and this one here is an albino black bear. This one looks pretty cute to me. But I wouldn't like to touch it because, like I said, bears and grizzlies, those are all dangerous animals. You wouldn't like to get too close to one of them. Alright, moving on to other animals here. Opposite, a mountain goat stands confidently on a rock face at the Fairville area right here. That is the opposite page. A mountain goat stands confidently on a rock face in the Fairville area. Alright. You see mountain goats in a lot of countries, a lot of these Asian countries. You see a lot of mountain goats, and they feed on the grass spots that grow on those mountains. They feed on that, and they are out of all danger. Nothing can get to these goats and kill them. Not even tigers or crocodiles or anything like that. That's why they are out of all danger. That's why they're called mountain goats, because they live on mountains, I guess. Okay, down here we have a nanny mountain goat and her kid have made their way down from the valley walls to the salt lick near Fairville. It's midsummer and the nanny is shedding her coat. Yeah, you can see it right there. She's shedding her coat there. Alright. Salt Lick. I don't know, Salt Lick near Fairville, Salt Lick. Would that be a river? Or would that be an area? The valley walls to the Salt Lick. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Salt Lick. It's L-I-C-K, Salt Lick. Alright. It might tell you here, but I'm not gonna read it today. Okay, let's have a look at the next one here, that bald eagle. Below here we have the blending dream and reality. The river fog rises to expose the summit of Saloomt Peak. Saloomt Peak it's called. While an eagle patrols the river searching for fall chum or coho spawners. What the heck are coho spawners and chum? On the opposite page here, we have perched on a wharf, pilling an eagle angles its head into a strong wind. Okay, it's very, very windy because you can see the grass is blowing that way. That's why he has his head angled into a strong wind, I guess. We're gonna see this here on page 84. In late autumn, an eagle pair wait for a sign of food, perhaps a spent coho spawner, and in the Bella Coola River below them. Let's have a look at page 84. There they are. A pair of eagles in late autumn wait for a sign of food. Those guys right there. A pair of bald eagles waiting for food in late autumn. Cool. Up here, we have a raven hungrily eyes the coho carcass claimed by a young eagle. What? I think a coho is some type of fish. You can see you can see the fish up there. There, that's some kind of a fish, a coho. I'd have to look that up somewhere. A coho fish. That is a fish, I think. Looks like a fish at least. And down here, we have an eagle landing near a seal carcass washed ashore in the Bella Coola estuary. Okay. Landing on a seal carcass right there. Nice pictures, guys. Alright, moving on. Staying with eagles. Okay, above we have eagles tug either end of a coho carcass on the ice banks of the Torsen Creek. Eventually, the fish's spine breaks, and each eagle flies off with a portion of the prize. Okay, that's funny. All right, on the right hand side, here I think, right. Coho can be found spawning in the Bella Coola tributaries as late as January, a great blessing to eagles in the lean winter months. So eagles, they feed on coho animals. That is a coho down there. So some type of fish. So they feed on fish, on cohos. Okay, on the opposite page here, we have this eagle has found a scrap of frozen meat in the snow after the salmon are gone and before the herring spawn occurs in early spring. Eagles scavenge where they can. So they scavenge herring. They're after herring when the salmon are gone. They go after herring. I think they just eat fish and nothing else. They eat salmon and herring. So when herring season starts, they will go after herring. I think they just eat fish and nothing else. And here we have an eagle in flight. Right here, eagle in flight. Left, an eagle soars through the winter sky, searching for food with wintertime. Wintertime here in the picture. Yeah, look at that. Above we have an aided by keen vision. Few animals are better than the eagle at the hunter's art of vigilant waiting. Yeah. He looks kind of funny. An eagle. Alright. Moving on to fish here, I guess. A salmon, hub of the cycle of life. Okay, down here we have a large school of pink salmon adults crowd the holding pools of the Narco River in August. By early September, they've moved upstream to their spawning grounds. So that is where they spawn. In the pools of the Narco River in August, where they spawn. They move upstream as well to get back to where they came from. I think this is just where where they get their young here. They spawn their eggs there, and then they'll hatch in this pool here, and then they trying to swim upriver to get into the ocean. Maybe, I don't know. All right, what do we have here above? Those are in March and April. Chum and pink fry emerge from spawning beds and migrate downstream. Okay, those are little fish here, I guess. Those are chum and pink fry. Chum fry have vertical paw makes on their sides. What? Have vertical paw marks on their sides. Okay, those ones right there. You got marks there. Pink fry are smaller and have no paw marks. No paw marks that's on their side there. That one there doesn't have any paw marks. That one does, but that one doesn't. And below, we can see a coho male has made his way back to his natural stream. So that is what a coho looks like. That is what eagles and grizzly birds are after. We're eagles, more or less eagles. That is a coho fish right there. A coho. It's a male. Making his way back to the stream. That's what they look. They look red. That's a weird color that they have there. A red color, red. All right. See what it says here. Intense sport fishermen pursue Bella Coola coho in early autumn. Now, the coho fish, when you catch one, you're not allowed to keep it. You have to release it back into the water because they are protected by nature. I think it is that they fall under the Protection Act or something. So if you catch one, you have to release it back into the water. It says here the Dean River is world renowned for its summer steelhead fishery. Strictly catch and release. It is about skill and conservation. Yeah, so if you catch one, you have to release it back into the water. Because of the conservation. They conserve the waters, I guess. They clean up the water. Everything's nice and clean, and those fish there, yeah, I think they keep the water clean because of the conservation. All right, let's move on. Okay, on this picture here we have a fish of some sort. It's an Eulachon spawner. Eulachon. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Eulachon spawner arrives back at the Bella Coola River. The once plentiful Eulachon, a traditional staple of the Nuxal KMC, have become extremely scarce in the past 5 years. I don't know how to pronounce this word here. Nuxal KMC. Nuxalkms. I don't know how to pronounce it. And below here we have Chris, Andy, and Anfin Seawallace by an overgrown and unused Eulachon tub. I don't know what they are. I think those are Eulachons right there. Those are some type of fish or something. Left, we have Andy Seawallace tasting Eulachon grease at the last run of Eulachon on the Bella Coola River in 1998. This is the Eulachon in the smokehouse. Those are probably small type of fish with the markings on them, with the paw markings. Those are probably all those Eulachons. Little fish of some sort that you can eat. I wouldn't like to taste them myself, even if they're smoked. I wouldn't like to eat them. All right, moving on to chapter 4, the first people. Previous page was the petroglyph. The petroglyph bits at Torsen Creek near Bella Coola are some of the richest in the province. And above we have an early stone tool used for chopping. I think that was some kind of a chopping knife which early people used back in the early days, in the Stone Age days. All right. Here, above here, let's have a look at that picture first. An ancient, culturally modified cedar with healing lobes, partially covering the old plank scars. Okay. And in an ancient cedar trees. I don't know how they modified that tree. It has healing lobes, which partially cover the old plank. I don't know how a tree would get healing lobes. I don't know how they modified this tree. Let's move on. Down here we have the SFU archaeological dig at Ticini. Yeah, archaeological dig at Ticini, approximately 9,000 years old. It is the oldest recorded site in the Bella Coola Valley, the oldest, 9,000 years. You would find a lot of things here over the 9,000 years. Maybe old bones of old people or old carving knives made of stone or whatever. I don't know what you would find there. Probably a lot of old bones or something. All right. On the opposite page here, that is the Bella Coola village, or the Cume Oots boardwalk in 1894, a replica of Chief Kumuka's distinct entrance pole. In the center of the picture can now be seen in front of the House of Noomst, which is located next to the new United Church of the Bella Coola town site. The famous pointy roof of the chief's Clement's house can be seen in the background. So this is probably that one there. That is the Clement's house, which can be seen with the pointy roof there. It has a pointy roof. And that thing right there is the Cumus Oots boardwalk. They're walking on the board there. The entrance pole in the center of the picture can be seen in front of the house of Nooms. That's probably the house of Nooms, and that is probably the Noomst right there. That's, I don't know what they mean by Noomst. I don't know. All right. Next one. Let's see what it says. Art Saunders, Silius, in his studio, a retired logger. Art started carving late in his life and is regarded as one of the most skillful Nuxalk artists. Okay, so he's a retired logger and he's carving these things out of wood, which looks pretty cool. You can see that here in the background as well. I think that's his work right there. Alright, let's have a look at this. Torsen Creek, petroglyph site, is both powerful and mystical. It's a Bella Coola meets Kontiki, but this looks pretty cool as well. It's a powerful and mystical site of some sort. Alright, next page here. The raising of the totem pole in front of. Those are weird names. Axulcha. Aswalsulcha School in 2002. The pole was carved by the students. Okay, those students there, they carved this here pole. They put in nice colors on them as well. Alright. Okay, what do we have over here? Below. Amanda C. Wallace shows there's nothing like salmon prepared the traditional way. Okay, that is how they prepare the salmon, traditional. They would they would hang up the salmon on wood spikes or something, wood boards, and they would smoke the meat of the salmon right in front of the fire there. They would have an open fire, and they have the pole stuck into the ground, and the meat facing the fire. So they cook their salmon that way. That's nothing compared to how we cook salmon in this day and age. We use here a pan and a pot, while they use here wooden sticks to cook their salmon. Okay, following pages. The tiny pastoral settlement of the Fairvale with Nusatsu Mountain on the left and Salumt Mountain on the right. Okay. So we have the Nusatsu Mountain on the left. That is the Nusatsu Mountain. And this guy there is the Salumt Mountain. That is the Salumt Mountain. That is the Nusatsu Mountain and Salumt Mountain right there. And here we have the pastures right there. Alright. Above we have an eagle on a derelict boat. An eagle on the derelict boat. And down here we have Tabletop Mountain with the Bella Coola River in the foreground. Okay, that Tabletop Mountain, we have seen that earlier, and that is the Bella Coola River in the foreground right here. Alright, moving on. Sir Alexander Mackenzie rock in the Dean Channel, where the explorer ended his westward journey to the Pacific. Says here Alex Mackenzie from Canada, Byland, 22nd of July, 1793. I think he ended his trip to the channel there. He ended his westward journey to the Pacific, and that is where he ended it. Okay, we've got some black and white pictures here. Spoon canoes were the main mode of transportation back in the days in Bella Coola Valley prior to the coming of the Norwegian settlers and the construction of a wagon road up the valley. Carved from a single cedar log, the canoes were maneuvered upriver mainly by using cedar poles. Okay, so they made canoes out of cedar logs, and the paddles or the sticks, they were made out of cedar trees, so they can paddle themselves upriver. All right. And yeah, this is where we're going to end it. We're going to continue on in part 4. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, watch the videos, like the videos, do all that good stuff, and we'll catch you guys in part 4. Bye bye.